Whilst we're both working our way through the cues, Ollie is taking us through 1M28, which is the last cue within the score he started on the night before.
And I just thought, I'm going to let you participate while I'm composing this, and so you can see how I'm getting on. I'm just going to let the camera roll and the screen flow, maybe comment on some thought processes I have. I also let you know actually what the director says for the scene, so you're in a picture as well. So this is kind of one of the major scenes. It's kind of the last cue before the credits, pretty much, before I go back to the lullaby. And the director says the following. Director says, start sting when Arthur grabs her. Chase music, keep high tension when she's hiding. Keep the music in. Another sting on 210. When he grabs her, bring music down. When he hits bottom of the stairs, the struggle is gone, but the tension is still there. The ghost is still there. We want the audience to think he's going to grab her. Then we have another chase music. Then sting when the ghost comes. He mentioned psycho, so you will hear what I did last night is almost a little bit too much psycho, so I'm going to change that around. Then she is literally shitting herself now. He likes to tempt her. It's unsettling and disturbing. Still building. The tension is high. Ghost shows here that she is dead. Very disturbing. It needs to be horrifying. The music has got to tell that it is the big revelation for her. The horror is real. So, and this is what I've done last night so far. Cool. And then there we go. Anyway, that's the idea later on. And here I'm actually just going to delete these stabs here. There's just too much psycho. We want to be influenced, kind of steal, but not copy. That's very kind of Bernard Herrmann. I like this, however. It's in 5/4 there. Okay, so this is kind of be my main elements. I want some kind of string effects and runs. For that, I'm going to use our kind of Bernard Herrmann library. Yes, it sounds controversial. I just said not be Bernard Herrmann, but I just want to get the idea across for the director. And then in the live session, I will guide the players to do certain things. Okay, let's go in here and program. Kind of cool, but it gives a bit of oomph to it. That's cool, I like that. Okay, sometimes it takes a little while. I need to bring in some elements of the other stuff. What did I have here? Maybe some hits or some... This could be cool to bring in after.
Although Ollie seems to be trying out all the notes, he's still looking for a particular sound.
Who do we find? Sweet.
This
Oh, sweet.
1 minute, just like make some noises and
Whoa,
scream.
deep breath.
One take wonder. Nice.
Yeah, that was more like football.
Yeah, let's try and be a bit creepier.
That sounds creepy as fuck.
Right, guys, session is over. You can invoice Spitfire. Hey guys, so yesterday I was taking you through my composing of 1M28. Now I finished the cue and I sent it off to the director. But I want to just take you through the whole thing and show you what I've done with the first kind of ideas I've shown you yesterday. Yeah, I'll have to wait what the director says, but nevertheless, let's do a bit of an analysis and I show you what my thoughts are. All right, so we've got 10 days left to the recording. We finished all the cues. It's now Monday, late in the evening.
In the meantime, we received Christian's beautiful opening and closing theme. And since the temp track for those scenes featured a young woman's voice, we wanted to give David, the director, the option of a version with and without vocals. The idea was to use a soft and haunting tone, so I started prepping the session to try out adding some vocals to it, which I'll show you in a bit. All seeming for us to be coming to an end with writing the score. But with very little time left, a little complication popped up.
Right, I fucked up. I've got a cue, fairly long cue, 3 minutes. And somehow I named the session the right cue name, but all the information, MIDI information and the cue is just from the one before. So basically I must have bounced it out, closed it, and not saved it. So yeah, I'm gonna kind of recompose a 3-minute cue, which is a bit shitty. But what I'm doing is I'm importing the bounce I did, the WAV bounce, and I'm kind of doing a bit of a music editing job. Compose some pieces new, like some drones I've made. I can't remember how I've made them, so I'm just kind of gonna steal them and kind of piece them together, and still trying to give as many stems as possible for Jake for mixing. So if we just have a look at my session, here is the cue I've imported, and now I'm starting to cut around and take these drones, for example this one in the beginning. I've got no idea what that is exactly, so I'm just gonna steal that and then loop it, have it underneath everything how it is in the cue, and then add the other bits and bobs, strings and effects, etc. Hopefully shouldn't take me too long. All right, it's now almost goes to clock again. Almost done with all the revisions. Christian has sent through his opening theme, so we're coming closer. That's what I thought. I'm just reading literally the last note here, 1M28, and it's all wrong. Basically, yeah, it's too much psycho. It's not the right vibe. Basically, gotta do it again, but it's okay. It's kind of a 2-minute cue, and David also sent through some inspiration. an inspirational track, which I'm gonna let you know, which is from the album The Culling Is Coming by an artist called 23 Skidoo. Not sure how to pronounce that. The track is called Banishing, and it's very it's kind of how he describes it, very unearthly, very disturbing, very horror. It's kind of more of a sound design job, so I might actually have to sit down again and maybe come up and create a very disturbing and horror-esque kind of sound. I'm just going to read it to you. This is a tough set of scenes and therefore very hard to get right. I have also misdirected you, so I apologize. He says that because the word Psycho by Bernard Herrmann was actually in the spotting session. Nevertheless, he says, 9:25 onwards, I'm afraid I don't feel the violins work in this piece. They feel too reminiscent of Psycho, and the clock rattle sound seems the same tempo as her running up the stairs, which may risk feeling a little comical. I just checked that, and it kind of feels right, what he says. Further on, he says, everything is reaching ahead, racing towards a horrifying, terrible conclusion, so it's fine to have it all full on from the moment Mr. C grabs Emily. It's more like a chase theme. It can echo the terror she feels throughout this. It can echo what her heart would be doing through all this. Boom, 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 he goes. We should start the chase theme there again, a bit later on, etc., etc. And yeah, that's kind of sobering, as I wanted to finish all the changes tonight, but I need to get some rest and then do this tomorrow morning with a fresh mind. Anyway, anything else is kind of prepared. We're going to try some vocals tomorrow with Homay on Christian's opening piece. So we can send David 2 versions, one with, one without vocals. And yeah, I think things are looking good, depending on the other feedback. But all the other feedback was just literally small changes, and I think we kind of hit the tone quite right of the film. And then tomorrow towards the evening we can start thinking about orchestration, preparing stems, etc. Maybe getting some help in 1 or 2 days with preparing the Pro Tools sessions. I've also sent an email to Hillary, the fixer, to confirm the date in just over a week for recording. Over a week, if I say it like that, it sounds insane. Actually, it does sound insane. But, well, I have to do it, and we will be able to do it. Anyway, catch you on the next one. Bye-bye. Alright, guys, are you ready for this? 1M28, new inspiration. So, with this in mind, slightly different to Bernard Herrmann, I've done something like this for my beginning of 1M28. Obviously there will be no dialogue, so it doesn't interfere with the music. No, of course it will. I'm just kidding.
Yes, and they'll dub it like that. The music super loud so you can't hear a thing.
Yeah, of course. No sound effects either. Actually, the music is a bit quiet at the minute.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna try some vocals on top of Christian's beautiful opening and closing theme. There she is, Whitney Houston. How you doing, Whitney?
Yeah, all right. So let's try out some stuff. So we were thinking not doing any words at all, just using sort of ahs or oohs or something.
Maybe in the beginning could be what you do, and then the second phrase could be more us.
Yeah, I can try it out. See how it sounds.
Cool, that's great. Right. I'm actually only bothering Homay, I think. So I'm gonna let her do her vocal take. And David's actually replied already, so it's all flowing nicely. And I'm gonna do some more changes, dive into the email, and yeah, see you later.
Hello.
Hey Oliver, how you doing?
Hey Christian, I'm good. How are you?
Oh, this is terrible news, man.